Jorun Shieldborn, Thane of Whiterun. Episode 2. An Oath for the Taken. Rumors reached us before the sun was fully up. 2 people of Whiterun had gone missing. Me and Stenvar heard it the same way most things spread through the city. Whispers passed between people, names traded like coin. Only this time, it didn't stop there. The rumors started to change. People weren't just talking about them missing. They were starting to wonder who would go looking for them. I heard our names more than once, passed around like an answer before the question was even asked. It didn't take long before it all led to the same place, the notice board. Act 1. The Weight of Expectation. By the time it was written down, it wasn't rumor anymore. By morning, they were just gone. No sign of a struggle, or nothing to tell us why. And before me and Stenvar even had time to decide, the choice had already been made for us. We collected the investigation request, which said Preventus had more information for us, so we headed towards Dragon's Reach. And this kind of work doesn't wait for you to decide. You don't always get asked. Sometimes people start expecting. They look at you a little longer, like you're already on your way. And I've seen that look before. It doesn't come from hope. It comes from running out of it. And Whiterun's a strong city, but strength doesn't mean much when people start disappearing. You could hear it in the way they talk. They speak quieter than usual. It's like saying it out loud might make it worse, but the truth is, they don't need to ask us to go. They already believe we will. And their belief is reason enough. And Preventus didn't waste words. He handed over a report from one of the guards. They saw them leaving the city, in the direction of the Voltheim Towers. No sign of them since. It's the first real lead we've had, and it's enough to start moving. So here we go again. No matter how many times, it never feels the same. There's always that moment, right before you step out. The nerves, the knot in your stomach. You check your gear once, then again, just to be sure. Your sword, sharp. Shield, locked. And I know the blade's sharp, so the rest is on me. And I've felt this before, more times than I can count. And every time, we made it through. Me and Stenvar, we've been here before, and that's what matters. You don't get rid of the feeling, you just learn to deal with it. Act 2. The road turns dark. The gates of Whiterun creak closed behind us.
Good to be back out here.
Stenvar said. Yeah, I replied.
Just us and the open road.
Replied Stenvar. Let's see how long that lasts, I said quietly.
Now I give it an hour.
Stenvar replied. Fair. Trouble's usually just waiting for us to show up, I chuckled. Our boots settled into a steady rhythm along the dirt road.
Still can't believe that last job.
Stenvar said. The fort? I asked.
No, the part where you said, I've got a plan.
Stenvar replied. It worked, I said.
You let the front gate on fire.
Replied Stenvar. They came out, didn't they? I answered.
Yeah, along with half the fort.
Stenvar muttered. A smirk passed between us as I dispatched the skeever.
Still got it.
Stenvar said. Barely worth the swing, I replied.
Careful. Next one might actually fight back.
Replied Stenvar. You hear that? I asked.
I do.
Stenvar replied. That's not bandits, I said.
No.
Stenvar said.
Bandits don't chant.
The sound carried up from the hill, pulling our attention toward it.
What's a conjurer doing this far from anything?
Stenvar asked. Nothing good, I said. We continued back down the road as something got my attention from the bushes above.
Everything's trying to kill us today.
Stenvar said. Good, I replied. Vaultime Towers came into view.
You ready for this?
He asked. For you? I replied. A faint smirk crossed his face.
I've been ready.
Stenvar said. I tightened my grip on my weapon. Then let's not keep them waiting.
Where is she?
Stenvar said. She was here, I replied.
They threw her.
Stenvar said, his voice low. We were too late, I replied. They hadn't just taken her, they'd thrown her from the cliff. By the time I reached the river, the fall had already claimed her. I pulled her from the water, too late to save her, but not too late to find out why. I searched what little she had left on her, and that's when I found the letter. The note read that they had secret information, that Serpent's Bluff was full of treasure, and no one else knew. Treasure? That's what brought them out here? That's what got her killed? In Serpent's Bluff? If that's where this leads, then that's where we're going next. Stenvar finally broke the silence.
Doesn't feel like bandit work.
He said. Bandits don't drag people out here this far, just to throw them away, I replied. Stenvar agreed.
No,
He mutters.
you don't take people like that unless someone's paying for it.
The wind rolled across the plains, low and steady. This had a purpose, I said. A brief silence settled in between us. Then, we find out what it is, I add. Stenvar let out a quiet breath, almost a smirk in his voice.
Thought you might say that.
He replied. I glanced over. You already packed for it? I asked. He adjusted the straps on his pack without breaking stride.
Never unpack.
He said. Good, I replied. Stenvar's voice was certain.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
He finished. We approached the gates of Whiterun to get whatever little rest we could. Our plan was to grab supplies in the morning before heading out. Morning broke over Whiterun. I hadn't slept much. There was work to do. And if we were heading to Serpent's Bluff, we needed to be prepared. I'll need supplies, I said. Stenvar nodded. A proper pack this time?
Pack food, anything we can carry.
He replied. Yeah, I said. No turning back once we leave. He gave a slight smirk.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I gathered what I could carry, enough to last. Food, water, the essentials. No shortcuts. Serpent's Bluff wasn't just some rumor anymore. And whatever was waiting there, we were walking straight into it, and we needed to make sure we were prepared.
Just let me know.
We left the inn and headed for the gates. We had food and drink as well as supplies to set up a camp. Serpent's Bluff was quite a trek. I checked the map before heading out. Don't want to head in the wrong direction by mistake. Act 3. The road to Serpent's Bluff. We left Whiterun at first light, past the stables, where the smell of hay and leather still clung in the morning air, and the last of the city's routine carried on behind us. Through the village of Norbor, where quiet homes and passing faces reminded us of what we were leaving behind, and out beyond the gates, where the road opened wide and whatever waited ahead finally had its turn. We passed the Western Watchtower, a place that had seen its share of trouble, and that's when she found us, an arcane archer waiting for her chance. The fight didn't last long,
She was looking for you.
Stenvar said. I figured, I replied. When it was over, the road was ours again. The road stretched on, quiet for a time. Then he came for us, a dark elf in dwarven armor, waiting for the moment to strike.
He's yours.
Stenvar said. Yeah, he shouldn't have been, I replied. The ambush didn't last long, and he lost his head for it. The road fell silent once again, and we kept moving. We passed a trio of Imperial guards escorting a prisoner. He gave them a glance and kept moving.
Citizen, I'm warning. Your presence is
Not long after, the wilds reminded us where we were. A saber cat came out of nowhere, fast, violent, but it didn't slow us down for long. When it was over, we pressed on. You ever going to talk to her? I asked.
Talk to who?
Stenvar said. The girl at the market stall, I replied. You've been walking past her for weeks.
I just haven't found the right moment.
He said. You've had plenty, I replied.
None of them felt right.
I glanced over. You face down bandits and mages, and she's the problem, I said. Stenvar let out a quiet laugh.
She's different.
When we get back, I said, you talk to her,
And when you get back,
he replied. We made it to Rorikstead a short while after. We stepped into the Frostfruit Inn. Warmth, light, and a brief break from the road. We picked up what we needed, a few more supplies, enough to keep us moving.
Take a look, take a look. All right.
I gave Stenvar some food and some well-earned ale for his efforts. And after that, we were back out the door.
Let's go. Son of mine here.
We stepped back out into Rorikstead, a quiet farming community, simple, honest. People here worked the land, not the blade. And for a moment, the road didn't feel so heavy. But with the way things have been going, I had a feeling that wouldn't last long. But places like this were worth fighting for. We left Rorikstead behind us. The plains stretched out, wide to the southwest. Wind rolling through the grass, calm and steady. And for a moment, it felt peaceful, like nothing out here would want to mess with us. That's when we found the camp, full of vampires and waiting in the open. The calm didn't last long, as a death hound came straight for me. I met it head on, and I dropped it where it stood. Then, an armored orc rushed in. He didn't know who he was charging, but we made quick work of him. Finally, the vampire mage was all that remained. She and Stenvar traded blows as I closed in. Then his shield crashed into her, bringing an end to this clash of good versus evil. We didn't expect to find vampires this close to Rorikstead, and not out in the open, not in the daylight. Something wasn't right. We gathered what we could for a fire, dry wood, whatever hadn't been claimed by the wind or the cold. Out here, even something simple like that mattered. We found a flat stretch of ground, flat enough to set up camp. We dropped our gear because we didn't want to take everything into Serpent's Bluff. Too much weight slows you down, and hesitation gets you killed. Act 4, the final approach. Find whoever's left and get them out,
And whoever set this up,
Stenvar asked. We end it, I replied.
feels like it's been building up to this.
Stenvar said. It has, I replied.
Are you ready?
He asked. I've been ready, I replied. Stenvar exhaled.
Good.
He said.
Then let's finish this.
We pushed up to the camp as the first two Forsworn appeared, bows in hand. The first arrow missed, thankfully, and just like that, one was down. The other tried to retreat. Fearing he would call for help, we gave chase. I was able to slow him down by striking him with my shield. Stenvar followed close behind. He tried to hail, but it was too late as Stenvar skillfully swung his blade, bringing an end to our adversary. We pressed back toward the camp. There was no way only two Forsworn occupied a place this size. Keep your eyes open, I said. My blade was already covered in blood. I made my way into the heart of the camp, and that's when I heard it, something to my right. A Forsworn came sprinting from his tent, dual blades at the ready, each swing sharp, practiced. I met him with my shield, turning his blows aside before taking his head for it. A fire-wielding witch came out of nowhere, flames at the ready. Before I could react, Stenvar put 3 arrows into her, with the practiced precision I'd seen 100 times before. Then, a Briarheart revealed himself. Too late. I was already moving, still in motion, as Stenvar drove an arrow into his chest. One final Forsworn came from behind, as Stenvar was ready. Another arrow flew as I moved in for the kill. We made our way into the keep. No doubt more enemies waiting inside. Without much experience in places like this, we slowed it down. Pressure plates lined the floor, and just ahead, a tripwire, waiting for us to set it off. Just beyond it, a female Forsworn archer appeared. I closed the distance, staggered her with my shield, and cut her down. Then, the trap snapped. Stenvar had triggered a pressure plate. A spiked gate swung open. He stepped clear just in time. We pushed deeper into the cave. More enemies waiting. As we reached the bottom of the stairs, snap, a trap. A swinging spike caught me, hard, but we pressed on. The final room opened up before us. Forsworn, and a lot of them. And then I saw it, a Hagraven. Of course. At her feet, the one we came for. Still, lifeless. We cut our way through the Forsworn, and then it was just her. She raised her magic in an attempt to end us the same way she had so many before, but Stenvar dropped her from behind. There he lay, the one we came to rescue. The road had led us here, just to watch it end like this. Stenvar and I left the keep and made our way back toward camp. Darkness had taken the land. The land felt different now, quieter, heavier. The day had been chaos from beginning to end, and we felt every step of it. The fight, the loss, the road that led us here. None of it left us unchanged, but for the moment, we made it back. The fire still waited where we left it, and for the first time since it all began, we just stopped. Just for a while, because out here, moments like this don't last. But for now, there was peace. Act 5, the road back to Whiterun. Dawn crept over the camp, calm and quiet, like the world was ready to move on. We packed up our camp to head back to Whiterun. The road stretched out ahead of us, quiet under the morning light. Boots against dirt, steel shifting with each step. And for a while, neither of us said a word.
I'll say this much. That was one hell of a job.
Stenvar said. I let out a small breath, almost a laugh. Yeah, next time maybe we can find one where half the keep's not trying to kill us. He smirked.
Where's the fun in that?
A few more steps passed before I spoke again. That wasn't normal back there. Stenvar nodded.
No. Forsworn, a Hagraven, all in one place.
He glanced over. That's not coincidence. I thought back to the letter, the promise of treasure. You think the bandits knew? Stenvar let out a slow breath.
They had to, luring people in with the story like that.
He shook his head. Wouldn't be the first time someone's got greedy and walked into a trap. That sat with us for a moment.
Bandits don't usually work for free.
Stenvar muttered. If they were part of it, they were getting something out of it, I nodded. But what? The question hung there longer than it should have. Still, I said after a moment, we did what we could.
Exactly.
Stenvar replied. And we made it back. Stenvar adjusted the straps on his gear.
First thing I'm doing when we get back,
If you say mead,
I was going to say food,
he cut in.
but mead's a close second.
I shook my head with a quiet chuckle. After a moment, he glanced over at me.
You fought well back there.
I met his look. Had a good man watching my back. He gave a small nod.
Same.
I used to be an
Not every job ends the way you want it. Stenvar gave a quiet nod.
No,
He said.
but we saw it through.
I let out a small breath, the weight of it finally settling, but not dragging. Yeah, we did. We'll give him the truth, I said. Stenvar glanced over.
It's all anyone can ask.
We approached the gates, familiar guards, familiar stone. This time, we weren't coming back with answers anyone wanted. City still standing, Stenvar muttered. Wouldn't be Whiterun if it wasn't, I replied. The guards gave us a glance as we passed. No questions. They didn't need to ask. Dragon's Reach stood above it all, waiting. Inside, the hall felt quieter than usual. Each step echoed more than it should. Proventus waited as we approached. He already knew. You've returned, he said. I stepped forward. We found them. No survivors. The words settled into the room, heavy, but final. A grim end, but the people of Whiterun will have their answers, Proventus said regretfully. He looked back up. You've done your duty. I gave a small nod.
I understand.
That's all we could do.
Thank you.
We turned and left the hall without another word. No reward, no celebration, just the truth. The marketplace was alive when we stepped back into the city. Voices, trade, life moving forward like it always does. I paused for a moment. Stenvar drifted off a few steps, stopping near one of the stalls. I watched as he approached her. He talked about her before. Said he'd say something when we got back. I gave him a slight nod. Didn't need to say anything. I watched for a moment as he reached her. Saw the hesitation, the shift, the words finally coming out. Couldn't hear what he said, but I didn't need to. After a day like that, it was enough to see him try.
Making that rough, I'm making it shine.